What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel if you're a returning subscriber, and if you're new, what's up? In today's video, I'm coming to you guys with my February TBR. Now, if you saw that thumbnail, you already know. I lied. That thumbnail is an entire lie.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
And now you guys are going to see in this video why I don't do monthly TBRs anymore. You're going to see why. Because as that video has done pretty good in numbers, thank you guys for all you guys who have watched, liked the video and everything. Thank you very much. That video did really good. But ain't gonna cap. Out of all those books I showed you guys, how many books do you think I actually read this month? Just be honest. How many do you guys think I read this month? If you said one, you hit it on the nose. Good job for you. Because I literally only read one. Now, you guys might not be surprised of this, because if you guys saw my last video, which was my A Day in My Life video, and also let me know in the comments if you guys like videos like that. I kind of liked filming that. I mean, like, I tried to edit it down as much as I could because I had way more than like 52 minutes worth of content that day, but I had to edit it down like a lot, and I didn't even put some of the clips in because, again, it was just too much. Like, too much. Okay, so, but let me know how you guys like videos like that where I do like a day in my life, at least a couple of weeks out the month. I might do a video like that because it's really fun. I like doing that type of video. But if you guys saw that video, you guys will know that I told you guys in that video, and I finished the book in that video, that I had been on that book for the longest. Okay, so I didn't get to majority of the books that I mentioned in my February TBR, the books that I actually wanted to end up reading. But anyways, you guys, let's just go ahead and jump right into the wrap up. You guys know how I do this. I typically start with my lowest rated reads and go all the way up to my highest rated read. So again, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, and 5 star. And that's just the order that I do it in. So with all that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Alrighty, you guys, so as I told you guys in the beginning, that thumbnail is a lie. I know you see like a whole bunch of books in my hand. Baby, I lied. I did not read all those books. Your girl ended up coming out with 4 books in the month of February. Now, obviously that's not a good thing considering that my goal is 100 books this year. But, I mean, listen, it happens. I got a new little gadget, got obsessed, didn't use my free time to read, so that's what happened. And I ended up finishing like 1 actual, like, regular book, quote unquote, and 3 manga / graphic novel books. And you know what's crazy is that I finished the graphic novel / manga volumes literally February 29th. All 3 of them. I binge read all of them just because I just couldn't come to you guys with 1 book finished in the month of February, because that's how long it took me to finish that damn book. And the gag is, of it all, that's the lowest rated book that I have in this entire video. So to go ahead and start off with a 3 star out of the 4 books I read this month or last month in February, coming in at 3 stars is going to be none other than Just for the Cameras. I have the picture here because I read it on my Kindle, and I cannot pronounce the author's name to save my life. So again, Just for the Cameras. Again, you guys will know about that if you watched that vlog. But yeah, that's coming in at a 3 star for me. Now I'm trying to think, should it really be a 2.5? Really? It really could probably be a 2.5, because my 3 stars are typically, I didn't hate it, I didn't love it, bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. That's usually what the 3 stars means, right in the middle. But I don't feel like this is a right in the middle type of feel for that book. I don't love it, and I'm kind of annoyed with it. So you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's being generous, honestly, giving it a 3 stars. It really needs to be a 2.5. I'm bringing it down to 2.5. Yeah. It's 2.5 because it's not a 3 star, because I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't read it again. I don't know if I would necessarily check out her other books, to be honest. Actually, it's so crazy because I have a Discord, and I was talking to my peoples up in there, right? And I had sent them a video, which I'm gonna probably post in this video so you guys can see. This is how I pretty much felt while reading that book. I'll insert the video here. It was giving a little bit too much plot for it to be a smut book. As you guys can see from the picture, it's 3 people. It's like a polyamorous relationship, okay? I thought it was reverse harem, but it wasn't, because usually reverse harem is when it's just the 2 guys loving on the girl, but with this being a polyamorous relationship, it's with all of them loving on each other, okay? And best believe I ain't got no problem with that, but I just felt like this story was giving a little bit too much plot for what I was expecting. You got 3 naked people on the cover of this book. I'm expecting smut after smut after smut. It's giving a little bit too much plot and not a lot of smut. And let me try to rectify, because well, obviously you guys wouldn't really know because I edited it out in that vlog, but I did remember I talked about it, even though you guys didn't see it, how I felt like there was smut, okay? I don't want to make it seem like it was no smut. It was smut, but I'm expecting it to be a three-piece combo, all 3 of them doing the nasty. Now, it was times where how they originally started off between all of them. First of all, let me just read you guys the synopsis, because I'm talking and you guys probably like, I don't even understand really what this book supposed to be about. So let me just go ahead, go on Amazon, because again it is, I'm gonna read you guys the synopsis. It's also on Kindle Unlimited if you guys want to check it out yourself, but I'm good, okay? So here is the synopsis of the book. It says, sex worker couple Kian, Kalu, and Jordan, which I believe that's how you pronounce her name. I think I remember when I talked about it in the February TBR video, I said Jordan, girl, because they spell her name so funny, but it's really probably just Jordan. It's just spelled with hella extra letters that don't need to be in the name. But anyways, sex worker couple Kian, Kalu, and Jordan Day decided to fantasize about their hot, untouchable flatmate and best friend Luca Prince just once. Just to scratch the itch, they totally don't want anything else from Luca, not his body nor his heart. The last thing Luca expects to come home to is his 2 sexy flatmates and best friends getting frisky underneath their blanket on the living room sofa. And for the first time in a long time, Luca lets himself want. It was supposed to be 1 video for Jordan and Kian subscribers, 1 video, no strings attached. Except now, Jordan and Kian don't know how to let Luca go, not after they know how fucking perfect he feels between them. And Luca feels like maybe he can risk getting his heart broken again if it means he gets to have Jordan and Kian forever. Now, let me raise the red flag. The red flag, I feel like, with the synopsis is the line where he says, except now, Jordan and Kian don't know how to let Luca go, not after they know how fucking perfect he feels between them. That's a red flag for me, because baby, you don't get to maybe like 50% in the book when they actually all, you know, that line can actually make sense when they don't want to let him go because they know how perfect he feels between them. 50-something% in the book, you guys, where that statement can actually be like, okay, I'm sorry, my little bangs were lump side and they've been annoying me. Anyways, that's 50-something% in the book is when that can really click, when that can really marinate. Anytime after that, baby, or before that I should say, that don't click, that don't hit. You feel me? You scammed me with the synopsis, okay? Because, okay, what really happens with them is that the 2 of them are getting frisky on the couch, okay? And he comes in, because he's a photographer, he's coming in from a shift that one of his people who he's trying to take a picture of end up canceling, ends up coming in, and so he sits on the like love seat, and while they're on the couch, and they're like, they have the covers all the way up to their necks, but they're so stand still because technically they were just getting nasty, and Kian is still like inserted inside of Jordan, and so Luca is just like, he sensed that something's going on with them, but he don't really know what's going on, and so he senses it and he knows it, but he's just like, oh, this is kind of fucking awkward, so let me just leave. So he leaves and goes into his room, and then he ends up jerking off. And then when it comes to them 2, they are so like sexually turned on by the fact that they got caught. Like, listen, we're adults here, are we not? I think majority of my viewers are adults. I like to think we all we at least seen that meme of the two men having sex in front of the lady who's eating salad. We know that meme. I'm gonna insert it here.
Are you serious?
That's not what it looks
Right
like.
in front of my salad?
Okay, you saw the meme? Bet. So that's pretty much what was going on, except for like he walked in. So we all kind of know that little, what is it called? That script with pornos where they like walk in and it's supposed to be a person in there who don't know that they're having sex, even though we clearly know they're having sex because they being too loud and doing too much for you to just be that sleep or just be sitting there looking at the TV. Like we know those scenarios, yes. So that's pretty much what happened, except it wasn't like a script, it just genuinely happened, and that turned them on because they already found him attractive and he's already attracted to them. And so pretty much they come up with a plan because Ken and Jordan are, I would like to say, they make content on OnlyFans. That's what I would just assume in this day and age. Or maybe they're just what's it called, what are they called, I don't know, people who make porno. Okay, I forgot the professional word for it, but they decide to pretty much do that thing as a script for their subscribers. And so they do it where they're like already getting frisky and stuff like that. Then Luca comes in and he doesn't know what's going on, and you know, they have the camera set up to where you can only see Luca's feet and stuff, but you can see Ken and Jordan doing the nasty, and they have microphones on and all that stuff. They do that for like 2 times, spaced out in the first 50% of the book. So they're not even all together sexually. It's just Jordan and Ken, which again, I don't mind, but I'm like, if I'm expecting a 3-piece combo, where's my other wing? I got 2-piece. The fuck? I need the 3 and not him just sitting on the side. Him in the middle of you two, like you said in the synopsis, you guys, but that didn't happen to like 50-something%. And then they had other storylines going on where like you had Jordan and her mom and dad issues, because of course they're part of the LGBTQ community. So Jordan is Nigerian, so like they're very strict with their religion and just like, you know, stuff like that. So like dating someone, being with someone where you make pornographic videos is like a big no-no for them, and her dad pretty much disowned her. And then you have Ken and him not really liking his job, but he does it to pretty much does it for his family, his parents, because he feels like they can excuse him doing the porno stuff with him having such an amazing job, even though he hates it, and he does it so like they won't feel like, dang, he really is like a fuck up because you do the porno, and then now you don't want to have this really amazing architectural type job, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Luca, who got issue with his mama and dad. His dad is trash as fuck, his mama trash as fuck. Everybody got fucked up parents, okay? I don't know why, but they do. And it's just like, I don't know why in a book that I thought was just all about smut, I'm learning about all these issues with their family. I don't know why, because again, I was under the influence that it was all about the smut, and it was not, okay? And then the gag of it all, you still get a little bit like a cliffhanger on the drama, if I'm honest, because I really don't know what was all the tea between Jordan's mom and dad, because they ended up having like a falling out, the mom and dad, like her mom and dad, because before when she talks, she only talks to her mom because again her father pretty much ripped her off, and then supposedly the mom got pregnant with a son, and so the mom made a comment about how he finally is gonna have the son he always wanted, and obviously that hurt Jordan and all that shit. Like, it's just like a lot going on, and it's just a lot of stuff really that was left on the cliffhanger, if we're really being honest. So it was like, why even bring up all these other different topics just to leave it on a cliffhanger and not even have them solved? Because now I'm kind of understanding, like, Ken ended up quitting his job, but it's like he's supposedly not supposed to tell his family until he's ready to tell them. So I'm like, did he ever tell them? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you brought all this stuff that I really didn't think was going to even be in the book, because again, I thought it was all about smut, but it was brought up in the book, and then I'm left on the cliffhanger because they would never answer, really. So yeah. I just, that really, if it was a real book that I really enjoyed, I would have been finished that. And I really had high hopes for it because again, your girl loves some smut, and I've been looking for like reverse harem. Really, I don't mind the polyamorous, like black couple polyamorous smut books, erotic books, I don't mind, but I was really looking for like reverse harem black couple smut. You know, I think I'm gonna have to go back to my girl Smoggy. She has like the interracial. I told you guys about that in my top 10 favorite interracial with black woman romances. Smoggy is that girl. I mentioned her so many times in so many videos. It don't even make sense, but I think I might have to hop back into my girl because honey, she hits every time, okay? But yeah, you guys, so Just for the Camera is coming in at 2.5. And alright, you guys, so now we're gonna get into the next books that I have. And again, like I told you guys, these next books are pretty much just manga and graphic novel books. So yeah, and actually one of them is new. One of them is from the haul that I showed you guys way back in the day, whether it was from Crunchyroll or Amazon, those big hauls that I did for my manga series and stuff. Yep, here is a new series that I started that I kind of, we'll get into it. Let me just go ahead and tell you guys the star rating. It's coming in at 4 stars. So that was a big jump, 2.5 to 4. It's going to be Megumi and Tsugumi Volume 1. Hope you guys can see. It is a little bright, but this is Volume 1. And I'll go ahead and read you guys the synopsis of this one. It states, Tsugumi is a delinquent who hates all alphas for how they treat omegas like him. So when some alphas from an elite school attack another omega, Tsugumi beats them to a pulp. Megumi, the son of the elite school's director, takes it upon himself to avenge his pummeled friends. But when the time comes, all he finds is a fired up Tsugumi reeking of pheromones and insisting he can control his heat through the sheer willpower. Faced with a different kind of battle, Megumi goes from attacker to saver, whisking Tsugumi to safety and leaving the cranky Omega reconsidering everything he's ever thought about alphas. So that's synopsis of this. And let me say, it's another one of the alpha omega romances. The only other one I've ever read was Love is an Illusion. So I see that it's just like a common formula with them, with the whole, they just, you know, the common. And this is also erotic. This is explicit. It has explicit content on it, just so you guys know. So it shows stuff. It shows everything, okay? I'll just give you guys a heads up because it is kind of like the erotic side, if I do say so myself. I really did enjoy this. Now the only thing why I couldn't give it a 5-star is because I feel like what didn't click for me, because again, like I said, the only other alpha omega romance I've ever read was Love is an Illusion. With those characters, they are adults, so it didn't click till I got to the end of this book to realize, wait a minute, these are, like, I would assume high school kids, if I'm not, that they're in school, okay? Like, you can even see on the back. Oh, you guys probably cannot see because it's so, can you guys see? Look at that. There you go. It's a school. That's a school, okay? They go to school. There is like students, okay? So it didn't click to the end of the book, but it kind of like got me thinking, like, wait a minute, am I reading a whole bunch of erotic scenes? And this is also a BL romance. I also want to mention that as well. But am I watching reading an erotic book with young kids, pretty much? Like, they're kids, okay? If they're in school, they're kids, okay? So it's like, you get what I'm saying? Because again, the only, like, I read quite a bit of erotic books, okay? But they be Fire in His Fingertips, Love is an Illusion, what else? And then my other little genres that I've been starting, not genres, but like little volumes that I have, like 1 or 2 volumes in, like Yakuza Lover and stuff like that, where they have smut in those as well, but they're all adults. This is my first one. I'm like looking back at it like, these people go to school. They go to school, you know? And this ain't no like college, to my understanding. This is like high school, in my opinion. So it's kind of, it rubbed me off a little bit. It rubbed me off a little bit on the wrong way. I ain't gonna cap, because it's like they're students and they're kids and they're showing the stuff. They're not blurring it out like I thought they were in the like first chapters. I thought, well, it didn't happen in the first chapter, but like in the second chapter or something happened. Well, it wasn't like with the two characters, Megumi and Tsugumi, together. It was I think it was Tsugumi, he was jerking off, and so when he was doing that, I thought it was blurred, like you couldn't really see his stuff. So I was like, okay. But then I realized when the scenes became between Megumi and Tsugumi were doing stuff together, eventually later on in this volume, you could see the stuff. Now, it wasn't too crazy. It wasn't nothing like Fire in His Fingertips. Fire in His Fingertips, you can see this, like it's showing a lot. Or Titan's Bride, I forgot to mention that. Even though, now that I think about it, but Titan's Bride, the human character in that series, because you know he is a Titan and then a regular boy who gets dragged from his own world. He just was about to graduate high school. If I'm mistaken, he was about to graduate from high school, and then you have the Titan. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, let's hope he's 18, you know, because you graduate usually when you're 18. Okay, but still, I mean, I guess because they're all the same age. It's not like an age gap or nothing like that, but it's still the fact that they're technically kids, quote unquote, because I was trying to look up their age on the internet and I could not find their age for the life of me. So I was just like, and I'm seeing their junk and stuff, and I'm seeing them do the act. So I was just kind of like, this is a little but at the same time, I did like the plot and the storyline, which it took me to finish it to really like. I kind of want to continue the series, and I want to get more of the volumes because I did enjoy where it left off. And it gives off, like, you know, Tsugumi being this big old grump because he's on Omega, and alphas do really treat Omegas like shit. And then you have Tsugumi, who is not your typical alpha, where he just looks down on Omegas and treats them like shit and just thinks that their bodies are made for them just to have pleasure, like just to have sex with, and then disregard their feelings and stuff like that. Like, he doesn't think that way about Omegas, even though his father is that way. And like, it's obviously a story brewing between like us actually wanting to get introduced to the father and like actually see him, because he mentions him quite a bit but we don't ever see him, stuff like that. So, or we don't see any interactions between Tsugumi and his dad. So you get what I'm saying, like that. And then you have Megumi. I'm mixing them up. This is Tsugumi, this is Megumi. So Megumi is the alpha, Tsugumi is the omega. And so with Tsugumi, he has two dads. So that's also something interesting, and they're both alpha and omega. So it's just like, I want to read more because I want to know more about their story and stuff like that. And the smut was, I don't care, it was nice till I kid you not, it didn't hit me until I finished the volume. I was like, are these kids, like, are these high school kids? Other than that being a little red flag, if I do say so myself, I did give it a 4 star, and I do really think I want to continue it. I'm going to do more research on the age. If the age is a little crazy, then I might be like, oh no, I don't know if I can continue reading this. But if the age is like, okay, I'll continue and get the second volume. But yeah, so that's that. And now we're coming into the last 2 volumes that one's a volume, well, they're both volumes really, but because I don't know why I make them so different. You know, the mangas and the graphic novels, they're kind of different but the same at the same time. But anyways, I got 2 left, and they're both coming in at 5 stars. So just want to give you guys that heads up. Coming in at 5 stars, gonna be none other than Assassination Classroom Volume 4. Okay, now I told you guys, and I don't know if it might have been January, obviously. Either January or December, I talked to you guys about one of my DNFs, and I DNF'd this. Not because I wasn't enjoying it, I just never finished it, so I put it in one of those months, DNF, and I told you guys that I was going to finish it. I ended up finishing it, loved it. I mean, there's nothing more I could really say about Assassination Classroom, considering the fact that I've talked about it so much. I did an unboxing of it, and I talked about the other previous 3 volumes in other videos, so if you guys watch those videos, then you would know how I feel about this series. I highly recommend it, and I liked how this one left off because I already told you guys how they pretty much treat class 3E like shit. Yeah, it left off where they was having a baseball tournament, and all the other classes, A, B, C, D, they all compete against each other. And the school has it set up to where class 3E pretty much competes against the varsity baseball team of the school, which is supposed to be a really good baseball team. And they pretty much do that because they want the other teams that lost, like A, B, C, D, whoever lost, whoever didn't come out on top, to not feel so bad about themselves, because they're pretty much going to watch 3E get plummeted by the varsity baseball team. Pretty much that's what they do. Again, they treat 3E class like shit, okay? But the gag is the teacher ends up like training them, because he's a fast octopus. He can move fast, so obviously he can throw fast, and so he's been teaching the kids how to like hit the ball at a very fast pace, because I think the head baseball pitcher, he like throws it at like 84 miles per hour. He could throw really fast, so they're like, okay, I'm going to throw it faster than that so you guys can get used to. So pretty much with the 84 miles per hour, that's nothing to y'all, because I'm going to throw it a little faster. And so when I finished off the volume, class 3E had, I think, 3 points to 0. And so when you read volume 4, it's going to pick up back up on that baseball tournament and stuff. And I want them to win so bad. So I really got to read volume 5, because I want them to win so bad, because I want them to prove all the motherfuckers that don't treat us like shit just because because a lot of them not even in the class because they're not intelligent or nothing. It might have been because they got into too many fights or other stuff like that. Like, it's not because all academically that's why they're in the class, pretty much. But they treat them like so dirty. So I can't wait to hop into volume 5 of that, to pick back up on that baseball game. But yeah, you guys, it's really good. I highly recommend, and that is a 5-star for me. And so coming in last, my last 5-star of this month is gonna be none other than Heartstopper Volume 5. I told you guys, I think in the video where I said the books that I'm really highly anticipated for 2024, even though this came out in December 2023, I got it now, I've read it, and it's coming in at a 5-star. And originally, I'm not gonna cap, it was building to be a 4-star for me until it got to the end. Because let me tell you something about Nick and Charlie. Right, here's the thing, it's been a while since I've read the other 4 volumes. You guys can go on my channel and see that video if you want to, because I did a whole reading vlog of me reading 1 through 4. So this is just picking up right to where 4th left off. But again, it's been a while since I read it, so I was like, oh. So I'm kind of happy that she gave us like a reminder of the characters' names, not just Nick and Charlie, but the other side characters as well. And in this volume, you have where Nick is getting ready to, he's looking at colleges because he is a year older than Charlie, so he's going to be going to college before Charlie. And then we also have the topic of sex. Besides Assassination Classroom, all the books I read this month, I guess the month of love was kind of like sex, okay? So they were like contemplating if they were ready to take their relationship to that next step. So that was the topic of this volume. But what really was striking me as to like what I was considering making this a 4-star was just, I felt like Nick was holding himself back to be there with Charlie. And when I say that, I meant about the whole college thing, like the going and searching for colleges and stuff. And he was like, he was going to go to a college simply because it was close by and he could be with Charlie still. And I'm just like, bitch, do not hold yourself back just to be with him. If it's meant to be, it's gonna be. Okay, like, period. Don't hold yourself back just for Charlie. And I genuinely felt like Charlie was a little bit, he did a little gaslighting to his mom, I feel like, because it was a scene where he wanted to stay over with Nick, and so he was asking his mom could he stay over with Nick, and you know, she was a little hesitant, and he kind of just threw in her face the fact, because again, and I want to say in volume 4, it left off when we discovered how Charlie had an eating disorder, and so we left off on that topic for him, how he struggles to eat and how he had to go away to like I forgot exactly what it was. We had to go away so he can get help. So we're coming back to this volume where he's coming back, you know, healthy, stronger and everything. And so he kind of threw that in her face, like, oh, because I'm sick and something's wrong with me and stuff like that. And I'm just like, she ain't say nothing about that, buddy. You just trying to use that so your little fast ass can be staying over Nick's house, which I don't know. Everybody family different, but they over here talking about having sleepovers, and I'm like, they in high school and they're dating. They're dating. You get what I'm saying? They trying to be mad. They trying to be fast. That's what they trying to do. And you trying to be fast and you trying to gaslight your mama. Like, bitch, calm the fuck down, Charlie. I ain't like that. He was doing a little too much. You know what I'm saying? He I don't care what nobody say. He was trying to gaslight his mama so he could stay over Nick's house, do nasty. And he was using that as an excuse to finesse his mama. And I just like, hey Charlie, hold up, calm down, cuz you ain't gotta do all that. And then you got Nick, who's trying to be hesitant and not wanting to really consider other college opportunities because he just want to go to this college because it's closer so he can be close to Charlie. And I was just like, they are too dependent on each other, and it's not healthy. Period. It's not healthy how dependent they are. Even Nick mentioned this, like, he doesn't really talk to other people about the college stuff and everything. He just pretty much, he said he talks to Charlie. I talked to him about it. I'm just like, because he went on these like this college tour with 2 other people in the book. What were their names? I don't know their name, but I'm gonna show you guys a picture of it if you guys can. Oh, let me turn this off because you cannot see. Can you guys see? So it was Nick and these 2 other characters right here in this picture. They went on a college tour together. So they was driving to different colleges together to, you know, look at them and stuff and get the feel for them and see what they liked and what they did and all that stuff. And so eventually one of them came out and said to him, listen, stop being so dependent on each other. Like, you need to, like, be your own people. Like, I was realizing they don't really do anything not together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go to school together. Other than them being probably different classes because they're in different grades. You go to school together. You play the same sport together because they did that. Even when they play Mario Kart together, bitch, y'all don't even play it at your own homes. Like, him at his home and him at his home. You guys can't do that, you know. They play it at the same home together. Like, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all got pretty much almost not... kind of sort of the same group of friends, low-key. I mean, you do have your own, well, Nick really don't, low-key, because he did have some friends. Well, we learned that in earlier volumes how one of them was trash as fuck. He was given very much homophobic, so we canceled him out. And we did see, like, well, I did see like an early clip or early panel in this volume where he was talking to those same friends from the earlier previous volumes. But I mean, he talked to them once in this 300-page fucking book. Okay, he talked to them once, y'all. He only talked to them once. I mean, it's looking like you really don't got that many friends. You look like Charlie, your only friend, buddy. Go outside and smell the roses. I don't know, like you kind of have to like be your own people. It's giving y'all are too dependent on each other. And I was so happy when that was called out in this book, because that was leading a 4-star for me. I was like, they're a little too dependent and this is not healthy. This is not healthy. I need y'all to be a little bit more not too dependent on each other. But when that was called out, I was so happy. I was like, thank you, Miss Alice. Thank you for calling that out, because this is giving a little bit too dependent on each other. And that's what bumped it up to a 5-star for me, because I was like, at least, like, you know, it's being called out, so maybe this is like a part of the plot. But to also call it out and be like, listen, you guys are a little too dependent, especially Nick. I think he really is. He's dependent on Charlie, and Charlie is in his way dependent on him. And I'm not saying you can't be dependent on your partner, but I think it was just a little too much. It's a little too much, a little too unhealthy, if we're being honest. So I was really happy that was called out, and they had really cute, sweet moments. At the end of the day, I love them as a couple. I just think they need their own individuality. You get what I'm saying? Instead of trying to morph into one. Because again, you do all these things together. You go to the same school, you play the same sport, you play Mario Kart in the same house, in the same room together. Like, you know, I need y'all to, you know, kind of sort of got the same group of friends, low-key. Like, do your own thing. You get what I'm saying? But other than that, I love that was called out. I love the other elements to it where it'd be like the sex and stuff and them talking about it, and like, you know, they had some cute moments. It was a moment that made me cringe. It was when they was typing, you know how they used to do on Twitter, or at least because I used to be on Stan Twitter in my youngin days. We ain't gonna talk about that though. Where they used to type, I'm gonna show you like literally on here where they used to like type all of like those letters together, and it's kind of like them being like all excited and shit. Charlie did that in the text to Nick, and bitch, when I say I cringed, it gave me flashback and PTSD low-key. Like, I didn't want to see that shit. I did not need to see that. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. It coming in at 5 stars, and also this volume 6 will be the end of the Heartstopper series. So volume 6 will be the last volume in this series. So I'm excited to see how it's gonna end. It's gotta be thick. Like, this is 300 something, 316, 317. This has had quite a bit of pages, so that's gotta be at least 500 some pages, period. Don't come with nothing, anything less, Miss Alice. I need about 500 pages in that, because you gotta sum all this up. Because again, we leaving it off where Nick is deciding to go to a college. He chose a college that was actually farther away. He didn't go to the one that he thought he was gonna like. Oh, he didn't even say he was gonna like it. He was just gonna go to it because it was close by. He ended up liking one that was farther away, so he ended up telling Charlie at the very end, like, I like this college. And Charlie took it very well and was like, okay, I want you to be happy. I want you to go to the college that makes you happy. And so I like that. So I'm excited to see how it's gonna end the series and stuff. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. That is all the books that I ended up reading in February. Literally 3 of them I finished February 29th. I know, I'm terrible. I'm gonna be better. It's March, what's today? What is it? It's March 4th. It's March 4th. I'm gonna be better. I promise. I'm gonna be better. I'm currently reading a book now that I should have finished February, but I'm gonna finish this month, best believe, because I'm like 50 something% in it. So I'm gonna finish it. And yeah, you guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you turn on your notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.